We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender. It's all about the young police from Jamaica. See Young Police Channel. Big up yourself. Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of.
If you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police Channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have go inside this description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police Channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you will see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yeah, so we have done video about this guy already named Aidonia. Yeah man, and it's a guy who's from a good family, There's no reason for this guy to pick up this gangster, bad man lifestyle. We can tell that he's a bad mind youth. Yeah man, he's a bad mind man from day one. I think maybe he has passed his prime, and he has even outlived the life of a gangster. He's not really a gangster, he's just a wannabe. This guy's from a good background, but he wants to be known on the street, so he must street cred and people must be afraid of him, and that's how he behave. He came to prominence when he was a part of Bounty Killers, musical group with Vybz Kartel, Movado, and he was one of them that joined with Vybz Kartel and the bad man in Movado and caused a disruption to the man's birthday at La Rose. Yeah, he was the main one behind it. And since then I have no love or respect for it. I just hate bad mind people, and he's one of them. Because all of them were in the same crew together, Bounty Killer crew. So now this man, he has picked up the mantle, being a bad man, because he wants to be like a Vybz Kartel. He has never been to jail as yet. So, maybe the police need to detain him and let him feel what it feels, because this man is from a good family, So now, the police has raided his house. And I'm like, why it took them this long? I have supplied so much information about this man, about him. I hate. This man should not even receive any visa to come back to America, because he's on a path of destruction. I don't know illegal troubles. Why the dancehall artist is on a dangerous path, and why this time might be running out. Whether fans wish to accept it or not, Jamaica dancehall artist Sheldon Aidonia Lawrence is once again at the center of a growing storm. And this time, it could be the one that finally swallows him. What might look like another brush with the law is actually the symptom of something far deeper and more dangerous a lifestyle and public persona built on badness, intimidation, and gangster posturing. And unless there is a radical shift in course, the road ahead may not lead to a courtroom. It may lead to the departure lounge. You can't say the grave or the cemetery. He's not going to be as fortunate as Buju Banton, Vybz Kartel, Beanie Man, and other dancehall artists who have killed prominent Jamaicans or Spragga Benz. He might not be that one. And I do believe that this time he is the one who's going to pay the piper. Straight to the departure lounge. Recently, the St. Andrew police executed a series of coordinated raids across several volatile communities in search of known gunmen and illegal weapons. Among the locations searched was Aidonia's own residence, while officers did not confirm if the entertainer was present during the operation. They did detain 2 men found on his property, both of whom are now under investigation by the police. Why a man want to be in a company of other men? And the thing is that they want these men to harm other people, but they don't want harm to come to them or their loved ones. That's why I say criminals are parasites, because they are violating other people's rights. They don't respect the lives of others, but they want to do what they feel that they can do without any form of repercussion. So they want to kill as they feel like, maim as they feel like, and they say informer for dead, and we say informer for live, because informers are good people. And that's the thing with men like Aidonia. You know, these are people who are parasites to the lives of others. They have no respect for human life. And they want people to fear them as if they are gods. And they are not gods. You know, no man is God on earth. God is the creator of all living things. God can breathe breath into the dead. God can raise the dead. God can make the blind see. And I can go on and on. Man can't do that. So, crucially, no guns or contraband were discovered, but the decision to target Aidonia's home in the first place is significant. It suggests that law enforcement sees him not as a bystander, but as a potential player, or at the very least a man deeply entangled in the circle of violence, revenge, and criminal enterprise. The silence from the police only had weight to the suspicion that a large ongoing investigation may be underway. One that could yet land the DJ in a very serious legal jeopardy. To understand why police interest remains fixed on Aidonia, one must look beyond the stage and into the streets, specifically ZELLE Road, where a bloody chain reaction began earlier this year. On the night of August 2nd or 3rd, 29-year-old Orlando McDermott, widely believed to be Aidonia's cousin, was shot dead while standing along the roadside. Another man was injured in the attack. McDermott's killing, sources says, was no random act. It was a result of a long simmering tension tied to a gang rivalry and perceives insults. Days later, a deadly confrontation unfolded in Hungry Gully, or Hungry Town. Police acting on intelligence tracked down a man known as Shearer, believed to be one of McDermott's killers. The ensuing shootout left Shearer dead, far from ending the bloodshed. However, this only poured gasoline on an already raging fire in the twisted logics of street justice. Retaliation always demands retaliation, and it just on and continue on and on. So the bigger pattern crime, celebrity, and complicity. This isn't the first time Aidonia's name has surfaced in the context of gunmen, gangland feuds, and blood-soaked vendettas. And that's precisely the problem. He has spent years creating a persona steeped in badman energy, a character meant to inspire fear as much as admiration. But this tragedy, once a ticket to street credibility, is now a liability that threatens both his career and his life. 2 men were arrested at his home, are known to police. They are known crime producers. Their presence raises questions that are impossible to ignore. Why were these men both with criminal histories on Aidonia's property? Because they are part of his clique, part of his crew, gang. Are they simple friends on Amazon, or is it his residence functioning as a safe haven for criminals? Most importantly, is the artist himself involved in facilitating or protecting illegal activity? The answer to these questions could spell the difference between freedom and imprisonment, or between life and death. A dangerous game when music imitates murder. Aidonia's situation underscores a far more systemic problem. Dancehall, dangerous dance with criminality. Too many of Jamaica's biggest stars have blurred the line between art and reality, glorifying violence, perpetuating the badman mythos, and in some cases aligning themselves directly with criminal networks. What makes this specifically, or especially insidious, is the influence these artists wield. Their lyrics don't exist in a vacuum. They shape attitudes, normalize violence, and even hackers rallying cries for gangs, hungry for respect and dominance. And they promote informer for dead. That means victims of crime must not report what happened to them to the police. And the police are the enemies, and witnesses to crimes must be killed. And we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel say all criminals must live in fear of losing their lives. They're not law-abiding citizens. Criminals are parasites. And when the public figures out that men like Aidonia appear to fraternize with known criminals, they send chilling message to the next generation: you can be famous and lawless and face no real consequences. And that's why we tell you that he's closer to the departure lounge than jail, because the days of dancehall artists killing people and getting away with it on the street is over. Vybz Kartel has missed several hits in his life, but it's not over until the fat lady says it's over. But that illusion is crumbling. The street have their own rules, and unlike the stage, they are now in chorus. Yes, before I start today's video, I'm just asking you, members of the Jamaica Young Police Channel, to subscribe to this channel. United we win, that divided we lose. Because once we unite as a people, they can't beat us. It doesn't matter who they are. They can't oppress us or brainwash us with their lies to tell us that up is down and down is up. We know that in this world, most people worship money, but we worship God. Because money is only of this world. And people hate you when you speak the truth. So, moving on. Those who flirt with the fire of gangsterism often find themselves consumed by it. So the grim truth, Aidonia may not survive this year. He may not survive 2025. There is an unspoken reality that those in the dancehall industry really confront publicly. When you position yourself as a bad man, you eventually attract the attention of men far more ruthless than you. Aidonia's growing entanglement in street affairs, whether real or perceived, makes him a markman for death. If he continues down this path, it is not a matter of if, but when someone will decide to test his reputation and send him straight to the departure lounge. If he makes it out through this year, 2025, he's going to be a very lucky man. Because word on the streets that he has the mark, his mark for death. And in Jamaica's unforgiving streets, such challenges are often resolved with no distracts, but with bullets. Aidonia's current predicament is more than a legal issue. It is a crossroad. He can either distance himself decisively from the role of criminal affiliations and rebrand himself as a positive force in dancehall, or he can continue on his current trajectory, one that almost inevitably leads to straight the headlines, departure lounge, rehearse, and into the cemetery. Fans too must demand more. Celebrity should never be shielded for criminal association, nor should musical talent excuse behavior and endanger lives and destabilize communities. If Jamaica is ever to heal from the violence that has defined so much of its history, it must start by holding even its most beloved figures accountable. The truth is harsh but unavoidable. Unless Aidonia changes course immediately, the next headline may not be about another police raid. It could be about his funeral. A word to the wise is sufficient. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.